What's occurring, Francis?
Today I am being a scrubber. I still got my sloppy pyjamas on under here, but we've got visitors coming and
yes, important YouTubers.
Yes, and although we don't live a dirty, untidy life, obviously on a boat, if you've got guests coming who may be staying the night, you're sharing all the small spaces with them. So I'm having an extra big scrub, and hopefully I can have a shower and wash my hair before they get here. No, nearly there.
Yeah, I would.
What are you saying?
So while Fran's on her hands and knees in the bathroom, I'm popping outside, clean the side of the boat, which wouldn't normally do when visitors come, but it is absolutely filthy. So I'm off out there out the way.
Put your back into it, Rich.
Oh, shut up. I'm loving this. Actually, it looks really nice now.
The thing is, you feel the spring is in the air, don't you? Actually.
You do, it is. Spring is in the air. All the birds are singing. I know we keep saying it, but it's fabulous.
Well, you can stay out there for the next hour or so. I'll turn the boat around if you like. You can do the other side.
Good on you. Oh, that's better, Fran. You scrub up well for an old bird.
I thought I always looked like this.
Yeah.
Off his outside. It's your Uncle Rich. Go on.
Hello. Look, should we let them in? Should we let them in, hun?
I suppose so.
We had a great day with Caroline and Pete, who we met in 2021 after they came back from Texas to live aboard a narrowboat. Crazy fools. Check out their YouTube channel, One Day More Aboard. So we've got an interesting time here. There's a gentleman over there who's fallen over and hurt his nose. It won't stop bleeding. And we've got a poor swan in there who refuses to leave the lock. So we're just letting the water up really slowly, hoping that he'll come up with it and we'll open the gates for him to get out. He doesn't look very well. I think he might have had an altercation with a car on this road here. So yeah, what was going to be a nice quiet cruise is turning out to be a bit eventful. Poor little swan, doesn't look very good. I think his neck might be broken. He might have had an altercation with a car or something on the road, as I said. So we're going to try and coax him out of the lock when it's full. And the swan rescue people have been called, so hopefully they might be able to do something. We managed to lift the swan out and carry him down to the canal below the lock out of danger, and for him to wait for his rescue. That's all we could do.
This is the reality of working on a boat. Rich is still in his pyjamas, stick your leg out, still in his gym jams and his slippers, notice the posh slippers, editing. Dogs at his feet, Archie. And I'm weaving. So this is the rest of the boat. Mess everywhere. The loom is just being warped and set up. So I have to take up the whole length of the boat. There's sofa is full of wool, things that I've made. Curtains have turned into or have been made from scarves that are drying in the heat of the fire. We have been organised enough to get some pies in the fire for lunch. And the other thing that I wanted to show you is life is not always easy on a boat and keeping houseplants can be difficult. But today is shower day for the plants. So it's not exactly normal, is it, Rich?
No, it's not.
And Jess loves sitting underneath this warp when I'm making it, getting in the way with a bone. I've now got to wind this warp all onto the loom, which means I have to kneel down, and ideally I'd have a lovely big studio with all the wool on the wall. Rich hasn't even got his artwork out.
You want to see it when we're both doing
Art.
craft and arts. It's a mess, isn't it?
The dinette will just disappear if Rich is having an art day. Today is obviously an editing day.
Tedious editing day.
Which hasn't been easy because the computer packed up this morning, didn't it? For about 3 hours.
Yes, it did.
So it has to be rebooted. But if Rich is painting, that whole area is taken up with paint and paper. And my wall is stored underneath the dinette. So if I'm not organised enough to have everything out ready, it's just a disaster. But we persevere. I've got balls of wool on the floor and there's just stuff.
So is this the most tedious part of weaving for you? Do you enjoy this?
This is the funny part of weaving because you have to thread each of these threads through individually. And every time I start to make a warp, I'm not happy and I think I've chosen the wrong colours and I don't like it. And then you get to this stage where it all starts to come together and now I'm just excited. I just want to weave. But I've got to somehow get down in this little space on hands and knees and wind this on.
Who'd live on a boat, eh?
It's a gorgeous Saturday morning. We're moored at Bradley. Beautiful views, lovely little village shop. We should be sitting down doing the crossword, reading the paper. But what's going on, Rich?
Fishing. You'll notice that the cowl on top of the chimney is missing. One day it was there, the next it wasn't. So we're assuming that it's gonna come off with the wind. But who knows? So I can't find it as yet. I'm having a good rummage around with the hook. So I haven't come across it yet.
You did say it's not very cold today.
Yeah.
So you could go in.
Yeah. Dream on.
How much is a new cowl?
Yes, and you'll notice I was not successful in trying to retrieve the chimney cowl. Well, just come out for a walk. It's 9 o'clock in the morning.
Feels like dawn.
We've got a bit of a day ahead of us today. We need to move to get water again. It's really cold and frosty. And we're just walking up away from Airedale Valley up to one of our favourite spots that we discovered being here for the last 4 or 5 days. And it's Farnell. I'm out of breath.
Farnell Moor.
Farnell Moor, just up there. But there's a lovely birch woodland up there and it is absolutely amazing.
We've been there a couple of times, but it's been overcast days. It's still a magical place, but we wanted to come while the sun is shining.
Yeah.
Before we move on.
It's a stunning day, really frosty, and this hill is a bit deceiving. It just keeps going up, and once we get to the woods, it still goes up and up. But
I think we worked
let's take our time.
100 metres, all in all. That was
Yeah,
how much the more.
100 metres climb from the canal to where we're going to be.
For an old couple like us, that's not bad, is it?
Shut up, you. And for those keen-eyed people among you who are always commenting on our attire, I'm not wearing a new jacket. It's just had a new zip put in it.
The third new zip.
Fran's got a new jacket on though, haven't you, Francis? Look at that. This
was the best charity shop find ever, and I wasn't even looking for a coat. I think it's a ski jacket, but it's amazing. No wind, no cold gets through it.
No rain
and
either.
It's got
it's
a
really
million
waterproof.
zips for every little thing that you'd want to take out with you. I think I paid
16 quid.
It is fab. Absolutely fab.
That's what I like. She's cheap to keep. That'll do for us, Fran.
The shed?
Yeah.
The cattle shed?
No, I mean the caravan on the end of it.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, all of it.
All of that would be great, wouldn't it? Make a great garden. Right, just through this gate here. I'm almost there. What you say, Fran?
So you say it's hard work, but look how high we've come.
I know. Let's get the old lungs going first thing in the morning, doesn't it? Right, here be the woods.
Wait.
It's no time for sitting down, Francis. We only just got here.
This is my favourite bit of this walk, all these stones, and if I lived here I think I'd be up here every day with a flask of coffee and my book for several hours. So I'm just working out which is the best stone.
It's a real atmospheric place, and when you get to the top it's moorland there. It's just scrub, wet as well, and there are a big pile of stones, a cairn dating back to Neolithic times, I think, Fran.
There was, when they've excavated it in the past, they did find a skeleton in the middle of it and some charred bones, like sacrificial, and there's a local myth that when the excavators or the archaeologists first went up there, they were told not to move the stones, and they did, and a huge thunderstorm erupted even though it was a beautiful day.
Amazing.
So
Imagine.
there.
Anyway.
But this is amazing because it is just birch trees. There's nothing else here. There's the occasional little holly sapling that's trying to grow. I don't know if it's natural or if it's just been planted up as a plantation. I've never seen anything quite like it.
It's amazing.
I'd like to come up here actually at dusk and see if there's owls and what's living up here.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a few nocturnal creatures.
Beautiful, absolutely stunning, isn't it?
Anyway, it's Skellygog.
Skellygog, not skeleton. Or Skellington.
Skellington.
And I've been driving Rich mad with all these lichens. I'm just obsessed with them now, and I've really got to get myself a book. The colours are fabulous, and on the wood they're different to on the stone, but I know nothing about them. But Yeah, I'm getting a little bit interested in them, so I need a book, Rich.
Oh, well, it's somebody's birthday coming soon, isn't it?
Only a little one.
Yeah.
60!
OMG. And still we're heading up. And believe it or not, it's non-stop till you get to the top.
How many trees do you think there are up here?
1, 2, 3. Up and up. Here comes the steepest bit. And we're doing this, folks, so you don't have to. Every time we come up here, we seem to take a different path. There's so many little twisty paths going all the way through these woods. And now we're heading towards the top. It opens up into a fantastic view across the North Yorkshire moors. Beautiful.
The good thing about this is it's open, what we call open access land. And there's areas in the UK that are fenced or marked out like this, and you can just walk anywhere in there. Just like it used to be in the olden days, where you could just go walking where you wanted to. But you don't even have to stick to the paths, you can just wander.
Yeah.
And it's a real sense of freedom, you're not constricted. It's just lovely.
And as you come out of that fabulous woodland, it opens up to this. Check this out. Came up here the other day and it was so misty and drizzly, you couldn't see the first hill, let alone those in the distance. Just look at that. Skipton Moor, MC Moor, absolutely beautiful. So here we are at the top of Low Bradley Moor, and if you look carefully you'll just see Laura Maisie. Well, that's our little walk done for this morning, and I hope you enjoyed that. And we're now off to move the boat, so the day's just begun.
Not before we've gone to the village shop for some hot cross buns and some, go back for hot chocolate, I think, before
Hot
we
chocolate
move.
and hot cross bun.
Life's terrible, isn't it?
It's tough, innit? And we're off. 6 swing bridges, 3 miles, fill up with water, turn around, moor up. Well, this is where we started our journey this morning, walking up this hill. And there's a memorial there to the 7 Polish soldiers who died when their plane crashed during World War II, nearabouts here. But the day has turned out absolutely fabulous. It's just like a spring day, and I'm really enjoying it. So I'm going to jump on because the next bridge is a mile away, and have a go at steering, I think. That's the birch woodland we took you to this morning, the top of the hill, and that's our first of 6 bridges today. And the road is really close to the canal here, pretty noisy. And just beyond you've got a railway track that runs all the way along as well. Off to do the next bridge. Here she goes. What did you say?
Can't get in. Come on, hurry up. Oh, I can't get you now.
Oh, you have to come back. Got to say for yourself.
I haven't got something. If you weren't so busy filming up there and you were keeping up with me, you might get on the boat next time.
That was a tough bridge, that one. That was hard going.
I saw that. This is a lovely mooring spot here, I think.
Yeah, like this. Well, that was bridge number 5. I miscalculated this morning. I just checked the map and it's actually 8 bridges to swing today. Fran's really keen to have a go, but I think we'd be here all day. Some of them are really heavy. Some of the locks on them are really stiff. So it's just as well that Superman here cracks on with them.